Alright, and here we are with another day of preparing for the Atlanta Regionals. Same team that I featured in my last video. No changes, actually, even though I remarked that I had meant to have Quiver Dance on the Volcarona. Deciding to keep the redirection for the moment. You know, you never know. Okay. Oh, yuck. So, this is one of those teams that makes me wish that I had a, different Terra type on my Urshifu for reasons. That being said, I like that combination of Pokemon for this one. Do I like that combination? Yeah, I like that combination. The thought behind this being that the Urshifu can get some serious damage into either the Fluttermane or the... basically anything. He can hit anybody pretty hard, and if he survives the turn, so much the better. It is making me wonder whether or not it'd be worth putting a Poison Terra on him, or possibly a Fire Terra. Leaning between those two, I feel like both of them are very good defensive Terra options for Dark Urshifu. There are a few other viable ones, of course, but I think both of those are definitely good options. Alright, that's honestly kind of what I was hoping to see. As much as that might sound weird. My goal here is to chuck a Will-O-Wisp into that guy, and we're going to Poison Jab that thing, because I don't like Whimsicott. That is the single biggest reason for carrying a Choice Scarf and Poison Jab on a Dark Urshifu, is it allows you to delete Whimsicotts, assuming that they don't have a Focus Sash on them. So we'll see how it works out in this case. Alright, they are thinking, they're thinking real hard. If the Will-O-Wisp lands on the... and there's the Poison Jab! Bop! Hey! Alright! There goes the Whimsicott. Quadruple super effective Poison Jab. Iron Head. Ow! That was rude. It makes a lot of sense, but it was still rude. Have a Will-O-Wisp. No more damage for you. Well, nah, it'll still do plenty of damage, but it is now toasty. So it's a Life Orb Raging Moon. Raging Moon? Roaring Moon? Roaring Moon, not Raging Moon. Raging Bolt. There we go. I know my Pokemon. Clearly. Anyway, it is now a toasty Roaring Moon with a Life Orb, which was unexpected in basically every way. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good turn for protecting. I'd love to send in the Ogerpon, really, but you know what? We're gonna actually, yeah, we'll... no. Yes? Maybe. I don't know. Since it's got a Life Orb, I'm not expecting it to carry Tailwind. It's probably going more the coverage direction. In which case, it has a lot of really good coverage options. Okay, Ogerpon, come on in. Weezing, just gonna protect. That way we can get... oh, hi! And I guess bye-bye. Okay, but that way Urshifu... well, Urshifu, when he comes back out, will have super effective options into the Roaring Moon. We get to see what their last Pokemon is here. And it's the Fluttermane! Okay. Oh, they do have Tailwind! Well, I was wrong. I will definitely admit that. I was quite incorrect about whether or not they would be carrying Tailwind. Okay, so yeah, I'd like to get some damage off, please, into the I'm gonna do a Horn Leech. Do I want a Spiky Shield? You know, I think this is a good turn for a Spiky Shield. And we'll just see what happens. If Weezing goes down, Weezing goes down. Alright, so we get to see their Terra. And they're deciding to spend the Terra all in one place. Well, I mean, not that you spend it anywhere else. Okay, so it's a Terra Fairy on the Fluttermane. I'm glad that we went with the Spiky Shield, as that will allow us to preserve redirection for at least one turn. Okay, Dazzling Gleam attempting to pick up the double KO. This is the other reason why I think a double... or not a double. Other reason why Weezing, you amazing Pokemon, and you terrible, terrible Whatever you are. Flappity flap. It has a name, I'm sure. Probably. Roaring Moon. Yeah. This video. In this video, Mirth forgets the name of that Pokemon. Who's that Pokemon? That's right. Wait, what? Okay. How do I want to do this? If I do that, and follow me, do I think the +1 is going to be sufficient to allow it to take... Well, hold on. Let's first check how many turns worth of Tailwind are left. There are 2 turns worth of Tailwind left. Okay. What do I protect? I think we click the Astral Barrage, but you know what? It's worth the experiment. We're going to go with the Terra Water on the Ogerpon for the additional special defense boost and hope that that is enough to tank the hit, the Dazzling Gleam from the Flutter Mane, and allow me to get off an Astral Barrage. And you know what? It's bonus points if Ogerpon somehow makes it to the end of the turn. May or may not. There's a Dazzling Gleam. Yep, it's a Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam. This thing hurts so much, and it was not enough. Well, bummer. That's probably game. Yep. It was worth the experiment. And there's a knockoff. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Okay, nope, they definitely played it well. Trying to think what I could have done a little bit differently for this particular game. Because unfortunately, like as much as Urshifu, yeah, I think I need to stick the Defensive Terra on the Urshifu, because if I had access to the Poison Terra, he would have been the one to bring in that turn. Go with the Poison Terra on the Poison Jab, get rid of the Flutter Mane, and yeah, so we would have been in a much better spot, all things considered. Still, good game to my opponent. Good game, well played. And yeah, always good to, you know, always good to learn something from a game like that. All right, well, that cleans up that game. So thank you very much for attending today's game, and I hope you have a great day.